When life tests you most severely, it doesn't merely leave you defeated. It exposes the core of who you are beneath the reassuring falsehoods you've convinced yourself of. The career you believed shaped your identity disappears, connections collapse. Without warning, or perhaps that profound sense of direction you once had gradually dissolves into emptiness. These aren't penalties, they're signals. Stoic philosophy shows us that suffering isn't something to evade, it's something we must confront, accept, and harness if we wish to cultivate true resilience today. We explore timeless insights. The Stoics understood for ages truths that will reshape how you perceive hardship, obstacles, and what it means to start anew. Stay with me. Every second holds value. There's knowledge here, capable of turning your lowest moment into your greatest power. If this resonates with you, there's an effortless, free way to show support. Just tap that subscribe button. Now let's begin. Embrace the truth. Acknowledging the reality of our situation is often harder than we expect. The first blow of a life-altering event can feel like a knockout strike, leaving us dazed on the brink of hopelessness. At this decisive moment, we face a critical decision: to fight against our circumstances or to accept them completely. Stoicism, the ancient practice of endurance and mental strength, provides a powerful method in these times. As Epictetus wisely said, "What matters isn't what occurs, but how you respond." This isn't just about enduring, it's an opportunity to engage with life meaningfully. When we reach what seems like the end, it's natural to think our story is over. But what if it's a new chapter? What if the very turmoil we're enduring is making space for renewal? Pain, after all, shatters delusions. It strips away the illusion of security and forces us to face the unfiltered truth. This can be a gift. If we let it, pain demands we stop pretending that everything is fine, that we abandon outdated hopes or plans that no longer fit. Consider how much of your anguish stems from the event itself and how much comes from resisting it. Resistance prolongs suffering, trapping us in denial and sorrow. But acceptance, that's where power lies. It means seeing reality clearly, not as we want it to be, and choosing to engage with strength and purpose. Acceptance doesn't mean approval, nor does it mean surrender. Instead, it's a deliberate decision to face facts without letting them control you. It's saying, "I see this for what it is, I don't like it, but I'll meet it." This is where healing starts, because it ends the battle against the inevitable and redirects energy toward progress. Yet acceptance often clashes with our instinct to flee. To numb the hurt, we seek distractions. Endless work excess or mindless scrolling, all attempts to avoid reality. Carl Jung warned of this avoidance. Neurosis is a substitute for legitimate suffering. The pain we dodge doesn't vanish, it mutates into something worse by refusing to face it. We trade temporary relief for lasting dysfunction. How do we adopt this Stoic mindset? By choosing to sit with our pain, to learn from it, and let it guide us toward growth. It's about using our struggles to rebuild on firmer ground. When we do this, we honor our hardships not as endings, but as catalysts for transformation. Facing reality, when it breaks you, takes courage and vision. But the rewards are profound. It leads not just to survival, but to a life of depth and resilience. Remember, it's not the absence of challenges that defines us, but how we rise to meet them. Don't avoid the hurt. Our instinct is to escape pain, to shield ourselves at all costs. Yet this reflex, while natural, often deepens our suffering. In times of loss or upheaval, we crave distractions. Anything to mute the ache. Here, Marcus Aurelius offers wisdom. You control your mind, not external events. Realize this, and you'll find power. This isn't about ignoring pain but confronting it, because within it lies truth. It reveals what truly matters, stripped of illusions. Pain, unfiltered, shows us our real priorities. This is more than philosophy. It's a path to growth. Jung observed, "There's no awakening without pain. Avoiding it doesn't erase it, it amplifies it. Like drinking seawater to quench thirst, imagine sitting with your pain, not running, just observing. At first it may overwhelm you, grief, anger, confusion may surge, but each feeling is a guide. If heard, they can redirect you. Processing these emotions builds a stronger self, one that knows its depths and true needs. Stoicism teaches us to turn obstacles into fuel pain. The seeming enemy becomes the teacher. This is the time to lean in to explore the contours of your struggle and mine its lessons. From the wreckage of old dreams, a clearer self can emerge. When emotions surge, remember, this is part of the journey. It's not about suppressing feelings, but understanding them and turning them into steps forward. This doesn't just heal wounds. It transforms them. Scars become stories. Pain becomes progress. By facing your hurt, you're not just surviving, you're rewriting your story from victim to hero. You're growing through it. This takes courage, but it's the only path to real peace. Not just the absence of conflict, but true renewal. This isn't mere survival, it's thriving. Question, your first reaction. Emotions can erupt like storms, powerful and consuming. When life unravels one moment, all is steady. The next, the ground vanishes. In these raw moments, our first impulses can be overwhelming, but Stoicism urges restraint, the strength to pause. Seneca noted, "No one is more miserable than those never tested, for they never prove their strength." But proving yourself doesn't mean acting on every feeling. It means mastering them, understanding their roots before letting them drive you. Think of initial emotions as the first raindrops in a storm. They signal what's coming, but aren't the storm itself. They're messengers, not commands. Jung taught, emotion isn't the enemy of reason, but of chaos. This is emotional mastery, not denying feelings, but acknowledging them without surrender. Stoic restraint isn't repression, it's clarity. When anger flares, study it but don't let it rule you. When sadness weighs you, feel it. But remember, it's not all of you. In that pause between feeling and action lies clarity. Here, you see not just your emotions, but their traps. Unchecked, they shrink your world-making. Pain seems all-consuming, but Stoic wisdom widens the view. You see your struggles as part of a shared human story. This is freeing. You're not alone by questioning impulses. You do more than avoid rash choices. You grow. Every emotion becomes a lesson, a step toward wholeness. Jung called this individuation, a self-balanced in feeling and reason. Master this, and you don't just navigate life, you chart a wiser course. This is true resilience, where every emotion, however fierce, deepens your understanding. Look beyond yourself. It's easy to fixate on our pain, to believe it's unique, isolating. But Stoicism invites a wider lens. Think less of yourself and more of the world. This doesn't belittle suffering but places it in context. When we magnify our struggles, they loom impossibly large, but zooming out reveals we're threads in a vast human tapestry. Jung said, "There's no growth without pain. Our trials, while personal, connect us to universal struggles. Seeing this, pain becomes a bridge, not a prison. Turn outward. Read, create, serve. These don't just distract, they remind us we're part of something greater. This also diffuses envy instead of resenting others. We find inspiration in their journeys. Stoicism urges us to ask, what can I contribute? This shifts focus from suffering to service. Breaking isolation's grip, when we stop centering our narrative on pain, we open doors to connection. We move from passive victims to active participants. Our struggles, while real, become paths to empathy. This is how we live, not as solitary sufferers, but as part of a resilient whole. Reject envy in hard times. Comparing ourselves to others feeds bitterness. Why them? Why not me? These questions poison the spirit. But Stoicism offers an antidote. Gratitude. Epictetus taught, poverty isn't having little but craving more. Envy distorts, convincing us we're lacking. Gratitude corrects this. It doesn't ignore pain but frames it within abundance. We still have breath, mind, potential. These aren't small things, they're everything. Envy binds. Gratitude liberates. Instead of resenting others' success, let it inspire you. Use your unique gifts to move forward. Jung warned, envy imprisons, gratitude frees. Choose gratitude, and you shift from scarcity to plenty. This doesn't just heal, it expands your life. You engage not just for yourself, but for others. A life well lived isn't about accumulation, but contribution. Rebuilding isn't about wishing for another's story, but embracing yours, with all its challenges. by accepting reality, facing pain-mastering reactions, looking outward, and choosing gratitude. We don't just recover, we evolve stronger, wiser, more resilient as we close. Remember, these aren't just ideas, but tools for life's trials. Let them guide you through storms to clearer skies. If this resonated, continue with the next video. Your journey shapes this community. Thank you for being here, and recall, every challenge is a chance to grow.